Hey everyone, Chris G here, and here I have the Gevi Grind and Brew coffee maker. Now in full disclosure, the company sent me this coffee maker for free. Basically, they wrote me an email, asked if I was interested in reviewing it, sent me this free review unit, and here we are. If it sucks, I will tell you. I don't care if it's free or not. I don't care if they never send me anything else again. If it's shit, you're gonna find out. But that's the thing. This isn't shit. And that's what's kind of interesting about it. See, I reviewed the GE Cafe Grind and Brew, which is supposed to be a premium coffee maker, and was super disappointed in the build quality, the features, pretty much everything except for the taste of the coffee and the looks. This thing, on the other hand, is a literal third of the price. You can probably find this thing, I think it's like 119 bucks on their website, but with coupon codes and other crap, you can get it down even less than that. And by all accounts, it is a fairly well thought out coffee maker. Now, I personally won't keep this and would never use it myself. I'll get into why that is later on in the video. Suffice to say, though, that it is a decent machine, and I think that if you bought it, you would probably like it. Let's go ahead and start off with what it is, a couple of quick features about it, and just kind of go from there. So, Grind and Brew coffee maker. It's an interesting category of coffee machine. I really, really like the idea, because all you gotta do is load some beans in water, then you can set a schedule, hit a button, and boom, it does the rest for you. That's really nice and convenient, especially for those that are like busy and on the go and just don't wanna futz with making coffee, or those that don't have a coffee grinder. Anyway, you load the beans here at the top. This is a sealed lid. I really like that. That was well thought out on Gevi's part. Anyway, it's a sealed lid, so that basically means you can load in, probably like a half a pound of beans in there, and then just close it up, and they won't go stale. That's nice. You have the option to do a thick grind or thinner grind with this little knob at the top. It does seem to affect the grind size. But I will say that the grinder that they use in here, and I can't quite see what it is because they have some plastic covers over it and they're all screwed down, so I can't like get in there to see. With that said, I don't think it is the highest quality grinder. The grind size tends to be somewhat uneven. I'll show some B-roll of it, but I've got some spent coffee right here, and it's just, yeah, it's not heinous, all right? It really is not super bad, but is it like some high-end coffee, $500 Breville coffee grinder or anything like that? No, it's not. But it will absolutely get the job done, no problem. Anyway, you load the water in on the back. There's a little measurement thing on the side to tell you how much water you have put in there. By the way, they do give you a reusable filter, so that's a nice touch. Came with that for free. Anyway, when you hit the little button on the side here, by the way, it also does, where I just hit it a second ago, this is where you have like where the actual coffee gets ground into. And then of course you take that out and throw it away when you've used it. Quick interjection I thought of while editing. The Grind and Brew from GE, it would make an absolute mess when it would grind. It would just get grinds everywhere. This, on the other hand, is actually doing a pretty good job containing them into the actual container itself. It is far less messy than its far more expensive counterpart. You hit the buttons on the top, or rather on the front, and then it brews your cup into this nice glass carafe. Really appreciative that they gave you a glass carafe. Nice touch as well. Let's go ahead and talk about the buttons on the front of it. You got program, grind off, strength control, on off, powder, I think it says right, yeah, powder 2 through 10, and then hour and minutes. The powder 2 through 10 thing is cute. That's definitely one of those things that's like the Chinese to English lost in translation. But let's go ahead and talk about those really quick. Program obviously lets you set a schedule for when you want this thing to brew. So that way you can fill it up at night and then have it brew in the morning when you wake up. Nice touch there. Grind on and off. Obviously, if you've already ground the coffee and put it in the little basket, then you can just turn the grinder off and then it just simply brews the coffee. Strength control allows you to do low, medium, or like weak, medium, strong coffee. It does seem to make a bit of a difference, and I think it has to do with water temperatures and the grind amount. In this particular machine, every coffee machine is sort of different there, and this one is not SCA certified, by the way. It does not make a gold cup of coffee. So Gevi is a little mum on exactly the parameters that it sets there. Powder, 2 through 10, again, cute. Basically, that just is saying how many cups are you brewing. On off, pretty self-explanatory, and then hour and minute just basically allows you to set your times. Nice, easy, intuitive setup. Other than the powder button, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, and there's no messing it up. It's very clear and intuitive, and I like that. No capacitive touch or any nonsense like that. They're tactile buttons. They do their thing. So let's go ahead and talk pros really quick here. So as I said, pros, easy interface, feature rich, does exactly what it says it's going to do. And it does it relatively well. The coffee that it produced was like, it wasn't a gold cup. It's not as good tasting as the Mocha Master. I've got a cup of it right here, by the way, that we'll do the official taste test with, that I ground, or that I started before the video. This is not a gold cup, but it is a good cup. And I feel like for the price, you know, this thing is basically like competing with like Mr. Coffee's. Certainly nothing to scoff at there. Nitpicky cons. Let's talk about cons. Potential reliability and potential customer service. They've been very responsive to me, but then again, they also want something from me. They want a positive review. So, but I have I can't speak as to their customer service if something breaks on this thing. I would hope that it is good, but nevertheless, something to be, something to bring up. Next up is the carafe. Glass, which I really appreciate. That's nice. The lid does not come off, so far as I can tell. I've tried really yanking it off there. I don't think it does. That makes for washing this thing both in a dishwasher as well as hand washing and then drying a little bit difficult because this thing is just like freaking glued onto the carafe there. And then the final con, and the reason why I would not be using or keeping this machine myself, is just the excessive use of plastic. Now, most people are not going to find that to be a very big deal, but I just don't want to have as much plastic in my life. That's a personal choice, okay? For those that don't give a shit about that or think that I'm a granola mom because I want to not have a lot of plastic in my life, then you are free to use the reusable plastic filter that it came with. Everything in this thing is plastic. It seems like it's good quality plastic, okay? It's like built tough. It's put together well. It's manufactured very well. So if you don't care about plastic, then it's a non-issue. Quick interjection, while editing, I thought I might have been a little bit unfair about the plastic comment on the Gevi Grind and Brew. It has no more plastic in it than even like, let's say the Mocha Master, which is a machine that costs actually like 3 times the amount. There are very few coffee makers out there that don't have plastic, period. So it's not fair to ding Gevi for the use of plastic. And once again, the plastic quality is on par with that of like Mocha Master and Cafe, Grind and Brew, etc. and so forth. Bottom line is the water, once it's brewed, is the only thing it's coming in contact with is the glass carafe. It doesn't even have one of those stupid hoses in there like a Mocha Master does. So really you just have where the water is in the basin, and then when it gets into where it like brews into the little brew head unit, that's really the only plastic that it's coming in contact with. So you know, that again, personal choice, but may not be a big deal for everybody. By all accounts, I was ready to shit all over this thing, but it's a pretty good coffee maker, and for the price, you kind of can't beat it. I would absolutely recommend it to those that want a cheap but effective coffee maker without all of the coffee routine in the morning, and also those maybe like a business, like a small business. If you had this thing just sat in an office space somewhere and you brewed 10 cups of it in the morning, 10 cups in the afternoon type deal for, you know, employees, and they just, you know, they can pull it out, grab it, whatever. Again, the coffee is drinkable. It is like on a scale of 1 to 10. It's like maybe like a 7 even. It brought out the notes of the beans in like a very adequate way. I attempted to test the temperature of the water, and it did vary from somewhere between like about 180 degrees and about like 200-ish or so. 200-ish being like gold standard coffee brewing temps. And then when it comes out here in the carafe, because it's got the little hot plate at the bottom, it is piping hot. So yeah, I mean, absolutely zero complaints. I I've got a coupon code or something like that in my description for those that want to buy this thing. It does give me a revenue boost. I don't care. Use it, don't use it, whatever. All is to say, if you buy this, it's not so bad. I would go so far as to say that this is a superior machine to the 3 times more expensive GE Cafe. It doesn't look as nice, not nearly as nice, okay? But it hasn't leaked all over the fucking place. It turns on, it functions, and it's hassle-free. So, there you have it. The Gevi Grind and Brew coffee maker. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us in the comments section. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be back with another video really soon.